Welcome back to Richmond. 254 laps complete. Tony Stewart has taken the lead from Michael Waltrip. Waltrip may have brushed the wall in the back straightaway and lost the momentum.
Yeah, I was watching him. He kept getting a little higher, a little higher. There's a lot of grip up there high when you come off that corner, but it's a fine line, and he stepped over it, had to get out of the throttle, and Tony went by.
Guys, let's talk about the strategy right here, and the reason Michael Waltrip led this race so much in the 15 car. Slugger Labby, they were last on pit road at lap 153. They're only about 15 or 20 laps from having to come to pit road as we ride with him back in the second position. Now, our other top five, Tony Stewart, Brian Vickers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Bobby Labonte, they were on pit road about lap 171, so they can go about another 40 laps on their tires and fuel.
And this racetrack always drove me crazy, Larry. You'd be running up front in the top 10 or 12, and you think you got a great night going, great car, but you didn't realize that you're pitting out of sequence with everyone. And when the nitro with your 21st, you say, what happened?
All right, Stewart the leader, Michael Waltrip in second, and the 25, Brian Vickers, in third. He's gained a little distance on Dale Jr. They were running nose to tail a moment ago. And now Dale Jr. having to get by Derek Cope, the Arnold Development number 50, and that gives Vickers a little bit of distance. 5 Chevrolets in the front 5. The 5th of those is Bobby Labonte, number 18. The Interstate Battery Chevy. And the first non-Chevy in the race is 6th place Matt Kenseth in the DeWalt Ford.
Mike, he's another car that pitted on 171, so once again he can go about another 30 laps, a lot like the rest of the top 5 except for Michael Waltrip.
7th, the Alltel Dodge for Ryan Newman, the outside pole sitter. Now he's about 5 seconds off the lead, and behind him by half a second or so, there's the number 16, the National Guard Ford, Greg Biffle.
Man, the 31 got into the 5 over on the back straightaway. Was it the 5 that gave the 31 a shot earlier in the race?
Brendan, I know
down here in turn
Brendan Gaughan a shot was the incident that led to a caution. Biggest mover is Elliott Sadler, gaining 33 positions from where he started. And he's on the lead lap in 10th, got a free pass earlier and managed to persevere. Right behind Sadler comes Ricky Rudd, looking for his first top 10 run this year.
Now, as far as long green runs, here's the guy sitting in the catbird seat because he pitted back on lap 195, so he can go about another 50 laps on his fuel.
Darrell, let's see what happened to Robbie Gordon and Terry Labonte.
They just gets together off of turn 2 over there, and I thought Robbie Gordon he's got more car control than anybody I ever watched race.
When you can see the right side numbers from the inside of turn 3, that's big.
Maybe that's from driving those sand cars.
I'm sure.
I've been wondering what a sand car is.
I don't know.
Tony has taken off. Tony Stewart's lead now 2.5 seconds over rookie pole sitter Brian Vickers. $270 down, 130 to go in the Chevy American Revolution 400 at Richmond. Tony Stewart has taken the flag and run off and hid by 2.8 seconds over Dale Earnhardt Jr. Brian Vickers, Michael Waltrip, Bobby Labonte. It's an all bow tie top 5. Now, just moments ago,
Little trouble over
this.
there. Yeah, a little trouble off turn 2. 25 gets in this. Vickers and Schrader get together, and Dale Jr. says, thank you very much. I'll just slide right by.
Capitalized on it.
Seize the day. Opportunity knocks. Knock, knock.
Coming through.
He who hesitates wrecks.
But I've been watching our leader Tony Stewart versus the second place car Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 8 car. Jr. has been catching him about 1.5 to 2/10 a lap here over the last 5 laps.
Give that man a call. Right in front of Tony Stewart, there was Jr. works Casey Kane, who's laps down. Bobby Hamilton Jr. making his debut for James Finch and staying on the lead lap to this point, though it looks like now Tony's about to put him one lap down.
Quite a battle shaping up for fourth place here. Michael Waltrip in the 15, Matt Kenseth in the 17, and Bobby Labonte in the 18. Now Kurt Busch in the 97 car, he's 14 laps down. But I think Michael is starting to see what over 100 lap tires will do to you. Again, we expect him to pit road in the next 15 or 20 laps.
I don't think he's near as worried about his tires as he is his fuel right now. You know, it's either or. You run out of tires or you run out of fuel.
And here with this tire Goodyear has, it's all about fuel. Yeah, you don't pit till you have to come there for fuel.
Dale Jarrett will pit Steve Burns.
Yeah, Mike, he had gotten in trouble. He had worked his way all the way up to the 10th.
Outside wall here. I'm sorry, Steve. 25 got in the wall off of 4.
Go ahead, Steve.
Just cap it off, Mike. He had worked his way up to 10th, but had gotten very loose. He last pitted on lap 169, so he'd been out there a long time.
That's basically 110 laps. That's getting right there to that window that we knew these cars could run on fuel. I think we're going to see a lot of the leaders starting to come to pit road here in the next 10, 15, 20 laps.
Well, Brian Vickers took a lap or two to feel out that number 25, Darrell, and must be okay. He's back on the gas.
Yeah, he is. And sorry about jumping on you, Steve, but that looked like it was going to be a whole lot worse than it was.
280 laps complete. 8 caution flags so far, but we've been green for the last 70 or so laps. This race has had 9 different leaders. They've swapped the lead back and forth 12 times. Cars in the garage include Jamie McMurray, Joe Nemechek, Morgan Shepherd, Dave Blaney, Jimmy Spencer, Hermie Sadler, and Randy LaJoie. Tony Stewart out front now by 1.6 seconds over Dale Earnhardt Jr. Matt?
Brian Vickers has faded back to 6. They asked him, do you feel like you've got a tire going down? Like you mentioned, Mike, he took a lap or 2 to settle in. He says, no, I think I'm fine. They're planning on pitting around lap 300.
Let's have a look at what happened to Brian Vickers and how hard he hit that wall, Darrell.
Yeah, he was just up there skimming along, and I saw the dust fly along in there. He did get into it, but apparently no harm, no foul.
But what he was trying to fill out, a lot like his teammate Jimmy Johnson earlier, did he knock the toe out of the car, which is the alignment of the front tires.
Tony Stewart's lead now is diminishing. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is eating into it, sometimes by a couple of hundredths, sometimes by as much as 1/10 of a second a lap.
The thing about being here with about 117 laps to go, even with Dale Jarrett pitting a few laps ago, this is the window that when these cars do make a pit stop, they can go to the end without stopping on fuel.
Here comes the 15 on pit road.
Well, and he was about out of tires, Darrell, as well as fuel.
Yeah. Clear shot out here.
Michael Waltrip coming to Dick Berggren.
What's a lonely feeling.
This is Michael Waltrip's best ever Nextel Cup run at Richmond Speedway. In 36 starts, his best finish ever has been 12th. Today, he has been running at the head of the pack and in the top 5 consistently. He's run a long, long time on those tires. Since lap 154, he has been on the same rubber. With 4 fresh tires, full load of fuel, Michael's gone.
And of course, what Michael Waltrip, Dale Jarrett, and everyone else fixing to come to pit road for these green flag stops, their hopes are that it will cycle through the green flag stops without that dreaded caution flag flying.
Yeah, the lonely feeling was being the only car on pit road.
Not coming
to Dick Berggren.
Kenny Schrader pitting as well in the Schwann's Home Service Dodge. And he pulls out, rejoins the race where Tony Stewart opens it back up. He's now pulled out to 2 seconds over Dale Earnhardt Jr. Matt Kenseth third. Bobby Labonte, Brian Vickers the pole sitter. Then Biffle, Newman, Rudd, Martin, and Jimmy Johnson.